Alright, so in today's video, I want to go over how to get the best recoil. Now, I would consider myself to have good recoil control. I want to talk about how I got accused of Cronus and just quickly get those dumb allegations out of here. And then I want to actually show you guys how to get the same recoil control as me. It's going to take time, but I'm going to show you guys what to do. If you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave it a like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. But let's get into this. Alright, so there was this TikTok, as you can see on screen right here. Just take a look.
Thing that is plugged into the Cronus. That thing is called the Xbox wireless adapter, meaning you can use this wireless.
You get the point. Basically, the guy is saying that you can use a wireless controller to use Cronus. So he wants to say in the video, like, if you see creators that are using a wireless controller, say, oh, look, I have a wireless controller, they're actually using this. And then when I was looking in the comments, I commented this because, like, I saw a comment. That's why I commented this. But somebody said, so Stompin', Royal Penguin, Richie, Mingo, and Cronus, meant say our Cronus. And then the creator said, definitely Royal Penguin. Now, I already made a response video to this video on a TikTok, but I just want to include this in the YouTube video. Now, I want to quickly disprove this. I already disproved this in a TikTok. But as we can see, my face cam's blocking it. I'll move my face cam for a second. This is me playing on LAN, okay? The LAN event for Sieqe they brought us to, where we had to go and play on their setup, okay? You couldn't do anything, you couldn't bring anything. Their setup, okay? Take a look. This is my recoil control, okay? Same recoil control. Wait. We'll see it again. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. That's the same recoil control as, hold on, this. As we can see here, I'll come right here and shoot at the wall. Boom. That is the same recoil control. Show you. Yes, my controller is plugged in, but I'm on PC. I'm not on a Cronus, just because I'm there. But pay attention. Look, pay attention to the analog stick. It's all in the analog stick. I can do the same thing with the F2. Watch. It's all in the analog stick. That's all it is, bro. It just comes down to pulling down correctly, understanding your sensitivity. When you memorize your sensitivity, when you like memorize how much you have to pull down for each weapon because you use the same sense forever and you get used to it, you're able to do this. You gotta understand something. I've been using the same sense for 5 years now. I've been playing the game for 10 years now as well. So it's like, this is why I'm gonna talk about sensitivity in this video as one of the main topics. You have got to learn your sensitivity. Let me explain. The number one biggest thing when it comes to like controlling recoil is you have to know your sensitivity. Understand how much to pull down. The only way that you can learn this is if you use the same sense to then kind of memorize it. And if you feel like your aim is all over the place, what I'd advise you do is simply focus on tuning your ADS sensitivity. Leave your horizontal, leave your vertical, because they all affect each other. For example, 1924, which seems like a slow ADS, but paired with 5100 is way different than 1924 paired with 2050, right? Like 20 vertical, 50 horizontal. They affect each other. It's not just like a single soul ADS only does ADS, right? Like they do affect each other on how everything feels. So you want to make sure that you are just focusing on your ADS. I'm not saying to never change your horizontal, never change your vertical, just, you know, fine tune it. But most of the time, where your issue lies is in your ADS. So look at your ADS, lower it by 2, or increase it by 2, depending on which direction you need to go. Just come to the shooting range and practice. And you have to know it won't be perfect at first. That's completely okay. You generally want to be able to keep up with the ball. So if you can't keep up with the ball, and not right away, because like I just got on, so mine's not going to be perfect either, right? But you want to just find a way to where you can keep up with this ball. And that's how you know that you can generally control your ADS sensitivity. I also recommend just coming in here and just feeling how it feels after you change the ADS by 2. And then go down or go up, base it off how it feels. And nothing is going to be perfect at first. But once we can come to a sensitivity that we like, that we feel, now this is where you're going to grind on that sensitivity. And like I said, it is not going to be perfect at first. But I want you to take a look at something, okay? If I were to look at this, right? Let me just shoot so I can show you. we can see the exact recoil patterns of the weapon that we're using. Like, for example, here, this weapon kicks up and to the right, and it kind of keeps going to the right. So this tells us we're going to pull down and to the left. Especially with these first 3 bullets, we're just going to be pulling down. Nothing's going to happen. Then the next 5 bullets, we're going to pull down to the left a little bit because it does hook right. But pay attention to this. The tightness of the bullets are super close to each other. Whereas if I take an SMG-12 and I shoot up like this, look at the difference in like spreading, right? Watch, I'll do it again. Look at the difference in spreading of these weapons. Of this bullet in between each bullet in comparison to this. So when you look at a weapon and you look at the bullet spread, I'd recommend doing it twice generally so you can see. But this will tell you that you have to pull down more because of the gap in between each bullet. As the first shot's kicking, then the next shot's kicking, the next shot's kicking, right? This tells you there's more recoil, so you're going to pull down more. Based off of this, pull down less. But if you want to get good with a weapon like this, where it does have a lot of kick, you can follow this, look, see? Okay, first 3 bullets, just pull down, then go to the left, pull to the right, then go to the left again, pull to the right. So we're going to focus on the first few bullets. Just burst fire. Get used to it, okay? That's what we're going to do. Come close, just get used to it. You don't gotta, it's not gonna be perfect. You don't gotta kill them, see? We're just here to practice the actual first few bullets that was kicking up. Then we're gonna notice it goes far to the left. So maybe we might start shooting a little bit longer, right? See, can we shoot a bit longer? Okay. This feels nice. Now, let's see how it feels when we back up now. Does it feel better? It's not gonna be perfect at first. Just burst fire again. See how you do at further ranges. Then you back up again, maybe shoot for longer. And you're basically just going to keep doing this to practice your recoil. But make sure you put on the infinite magazine. It's in these settings on the bottom. It's just called the infinite magazine. Just go to the options. But you just want to do this so that way you can practice the sensitivity. Look, you can practice seeing how you can shoot it. You can practice from further ranges. But like I said, the biggest thing is sticking to one sensitivity. Because if I learn how much I need to be pulling down to the right and how much I need to be pulling down to the right again, but then I go and I change my sensitivity, you're going to have to relearn all of that again, basically, depending on how much you change your sensitivity. But you're generally going to have to relearn all that, and it's not really muscle memory. Like, I couldn't tell you what I'm doing without looking at that. I don't think, oh, I'm going to pull down to the right here, and then for the second half of the magazine, I'm going to pull down to the right again. I just do it. Like, I can't explain it. It's just all muscle memory. As you can see, I'm not cheating. I do have recoil. It's just, like, I'm just used to it. Because I've been playing this game for a decade. And I've been using the same sense for 5 years. But you can get that way too. You just have got to learn your sensitivity. And the more you practice the shooting range, the easier it's going to get. Now, I want to talk about attachments here. Attachments are definitely going to be huge, like a role in this. So this is my take on a lot of this. Use compensator on about 90% of your weapons and use flash hider on only about 10%. I'm going to show you the weapons I use flash hider on, okay? And then I'm going to explain. I use flash hider on Ash R4C, Twitch F2, Finka LMG, and Finka Spear, Nomad AK, the Kali SPS, like secondary pistol, or SMG, and Deimos AK, and Ram R4C. Those are the only weapons that you will see me use flash hider on. And then on defense, I believe it's literally only Thunderbird. Everyone else on this list will always be compensator. Now let me explain why. When you're playing controller, pulling down on your analog stick, right, like pulling down, way easier than trying to compensate for left and right recoil. Because if I'm taking a gunfight, just pulling down, it's just simpler. So you want to put on compensator to eliminate the left and right recoil, whereas the vertical or the flash hider will help you with pulling down. The reason I use flash hider on the specific weapons listed are for 2 reasons. 1, either it has a lot of vertical kick, like extra vertical kick, or 2, there's just no horizontal recoil on those weapons. So you might as well just benefit the pulling down that you're going to do anyway. Whereas every other weapon, compensator is way easier because there's a lot more horizontal recoil than there really is vertical. Like, look, this is me with compensator on. Like there's gonna be some recoil. Obviously, it's not perfect, but like if I were to shoot at a wall, it's not like it's a laser, right? There's still gonna be some left and right recoil, but overall, we're chilling. I just hopped on too. The more I warmed up, the better it would be. But you see, that's my point. You just sit here and you practice the recoil. That's it. That's all you have to do. But I'd recommend using compensator on just about all of the SMGs and most of the weapons, because it's just way easier to compensate for pulling down than compensate for left and right recoil. Now, another huge thing I'd recommend is, especially if you're trying to warm up on your sensitivity, do free-for-alls. Like, free-for-alls will be your best friend, bro. Like this, I would say the shooting range is the #1 spot to learn recoil, but to learn aim and recoil and movement, mainly the aim and movement, go into free-for-alls. Let me show you how to if you don't know how to. On the main menu, go to training, and then go to deathmatch. Hit the settings, turn off TDM. I mean, you could do TDM, but I think free-for-alls are better. Turn on free-for-all, and then just click play deathmatch. That's it. This will help you significantly with your aim to get used to that sensitivity, like I mentioned earlier, and this will help you with your recoil control. I would say I do one free-for-all on a one-time scope, one free-for-all on an ACOG. So I'm ending up doing 2 free-for-alls. It gets me warmed up on both sensitivities before I play. It gives you the confidence to play, and it makes you not feel like you have to change your sensitivity, because you never want to have to change your sensitivity. Like I said, I've been using the same sense for 5 years. It just comes down to practice. You're not going to be perfect on the sensitivity at first. You're not. But the more you practice, the better you're going to be. I promise you. Just do that, and you'll be chilling. Also, I forgot to mention, make sure you use like the vertical grip on everything if you want the best recoil as well. You're going to have the people that go, oh, I use horizontal grip and I use extended barrel, bro. I don't need the compensator or a flash hider. Yo, buddy, if that's you, you don't got to watch this video then. The video is not for you. But for the people who want the best recoil, the best everything, do everything I said in this video and practice. It will just take some time. You can increase how fast it takes by doing more free-for-alls and practicing in the shooting range. But hopefully this does help. Let me know what other tips you want. I'm going to do a ton of tip videos on YouTube now. So I will see y'all. Much love.